Hello, and welcome to the Quick Start Guide for Leapfrog Aspect. In this video, we're going to take a look at a few of the settings to get you up and running right away. So the first thing, once you've installed Aspect on your Android device, you're going to see an icon right on the home screen. So I'm going to tap on that, and it's going to take me into the app. Right away, the app is going to be looking for any viewer files that it can find to populate this list. And if you've just installed it, you're only going to have a couple of viewer files that are available with the install. We have a calibration ring viewer file, and we have a Halswell demo data. So I'm going to open up the Halswell demo data and take a look at what it has. Okay, so we can see here we have a whole bunch of drill holes, a few wireframes, some pretty good data. So first thing we can do is go into the display properties and start adjusting some of these display parameters. So to do that, I'm going to go to the menu option in the top left corner, the button with the 3 lines. That's going to take me back into the main menu, the same menu we just saw. If you go to the top right, you're going to see a bunch of icons, and the first one on the left of that list is the display properties. So if I tap on that, we're going to get a panel that should be fairly familiar to people that have used Leapfrog Geo or the desktop viewer or anything like that before. So this is just going to list all the objects that are in the display and give us a few parameters to play with. So for the drilling, we can turn on and off the drill holes using these visibility options, or we can toggle between different tables that are displayed in the drill holes. We can also adjust the diameter of the drill holes here. So if I slide this slider down, it's going to make it 0.3 meters in diameter. If I slide it back up, it'll be 1 meter in diameter. So I think I'll take it down to 0.3, 0.2, somewhere in there. Next thing over is points, but it's grayed out because we don't have any points in this data set. So we'll just move on from there. Polylines, same sort of thing. We can turn on and off the polylines from the visibility icon. We can adjust the diameter of the polylines using this slider bar. So I might make that 0.3 meters in diameter, and so on. The coloration is not adjustable in this panel, but it just shows what the color of the object is in the viewer. If we go to the meshes, same thing here. We have opacity, we have visibility, and we have a color indicator that again is not adjustable. And finally, we have structure objects, so structure disks that we can make invisible or visible, or we can adjust the opacity, and we have an indicator of the color. So that's pretty much all we have in here. If you make adjustments to the display properties and you hit the X to close this panel, give it a second to think about things, because it has to reload the scene in the background, so it might just take a moment before it actually closes. And once it does, it'll take us back to the main menu, and we just tap on that menu button once again, and it'll take us back to our scene. So you can see that the drill holes have adjusted in diameter, so they're much smaller now. It's useful to have a larger diameter if you're going to be looking at things from a distance, because then it just makes the drill holes look larger and you can make out more detail. But if you're going to be close to the drill holes, you might want to set them down to something more appropriate, or even down to 0.1, which would be close to their real diameter anyway. The next thing we want to look at is the fact that we're floating up in the air above our data. The default setting for any scene that you load, if you don't have a GPS function turned on or a positioning function, is to set you in the middle of your data set, but at the highest altitude point of your data. So in this case, I'm floating up in the air. So I'm going to change that. And for this Halswell demo data, we actually have a QR code on our website that we can use to help position us. So if I tap on the menu button again, and this time I'm going to go into the settings panel. So that's the third option over on the right side that looks like a little gear. So I'm going to tap on that. And the first thing that comes up is GPS mode. So this is our positioning options. So we have a few in here, but I want to go all the way to the bottom and pick QR. And that's going to start up our QR code option. And so I'm going to X this panel, and I'm going to hit my menu option to go back to the main panel. And so now I have a little camera icon in the bottom right corner. And so if I look at the Leapfrog Aspect installation page on the Play Store, one of the images available in that installation page is a QR code that correlates with this Halswell demo data. So I'm going to tap on the little camera, and that's going to bring up the QR code reader, and it's just a little panel that you should center the QR code in. And as soon as I scan the QR code, it positions me in a much more appropriate spot up on a overlook over the quarry. So that's pretty much it. Real simple to get up and running with the app, and I hope this helps everyone.